good school is the best of all.
A Look at Liv will continue in a moment.
An ideal director in the theater with Ingmar Bergman, with a German director called Peter Pawlich, and with an American director, Jose Quintero. And they all have the combination which, for me, is the best. You know, a great talent for communication, their own thoughts, the writer's thoughts, and the understanding of what the actor is able to express, the understanding of the actor's fantasy and the actor's talent.
On the stage, she is even better than in film, I think. Her presence on the stage is enormous. Of course, her presence on the screen is always also remarkable. I have only, in my whole experience, seen a very few actors with that presence.
Acting is a craft which never brings you to an end. You always have to learn more because there's so much you have to keep in control. You are your own instrument. Your body, your face, your movements, your voice, everything is part of what you are as an actress or an actor. And of course I would have hoped, having had all the opportunities I've had, that I always also would be a master of technique, which I'm not. I've been so busy actually working as an actress that I haven't had the time to do everything I should have, like dancing, fencing, singing. Also, I've been very busy trying to fulfill my private life, both as a mother and as a woman. And these things have maybe taken away time of my training, as you would say. But then again, part of me as an actress is to be human, to build on myself as a person, as a woman, to build on what my experience in life is.
Many people have said that you do your best work when working with Ingmar Bergman, that you are an extension of Bergman. Would you agree with this?
No, I'm no extension of Bergman, but it would be strange if I hadn't done my best work with him, because first of all, I worked more with him than with any other director. I've made 8 pictures with him. He's one of the world's, in my eyes, the world's greatest film director, and he has written a lot of films for me, with me in mind. So, of course, the best work would be there, but it's other films I can think of which I feel pride in.
Are you aware that the entire Vatican is talking about our sessions together?
Yes.
Christine and the Cardinal, alone together, day after day. Doesn't the gossip disturb you?
Not at all.
How completely self-possessed you are, Cardinal.
It goes with the hat.
I thought you might feel you were being compromised.
No.
Then why haven't you thanked me for my gift?
If I were choosing a gift for the Vatican, I don't think I would pick the rape of the Sabine women.
But Azzolina, they were all converts.
In my experience, conversions are done less strenuously these days, and the converts wear clothes.
I'll have them painted on. Bring the goblet to my apartments tonight.
What are you doing, Christina?
Courting you.
I'm serious.
So am I, quite.
Why did you and Ingmar Bergman choose not to marry?
Because we were both married when we met, and it was never needed. I think marriage shouldn't happen if it isn't really needed between the two, either for religious reasons or that you really want this symbol for the world to see because it's part of how wonderful your thing is, or that maybe one is so insecure that she or he needs the paper to prove it. It never occurred in our relationship, really. because what we had was what we had, and there were no papers in what we had, and there were no lawyer and no priest. It was our friendship and our love. Since we were not married, I of course have the sole responsibility for the child. Or we share the responsibility, but I have the last say. There are times when I really miss Ingmar to help me in a complicated situation with Lynn. But there are other times when I know it's great to be alone because I don't have to quarrel for everything, It's my word.
Are you and your daughter very close?
I would like to feel we were. Maybe if you asked her, she would say, oh, no, she's just a silly mother. I know we are closer than other mothers and children I know. But then again, I know some mothers and children who share more because they have more time to share than we do. I'm certainly not a dream mother, and Lynn knows because she's seen other mothers. And she still accepts me, and she still says, little mother, my mouth is full of kisses for you. That to me is, I think, the most wonderful experience with Lynn, that she has given me so much.
Does Ingmar miss not being involved on a day-to-day basis?
I think he misses her because it's bad not to follow a little human being growing up and see what happens to it and why it happens. I think also, to be honest, that he loves not to have the complete responsibilities, because with responsibilities there's also duties, and many of them are growing. And I'm not sure Ingmar, more than many other men I know, are willing to give up part of his working time. If a man had done my career in, for example, Norway, it would have been fantastic, even if he had a child at home. But me doing it, it's always stressed that, oh, she leaves her child, or it's not good for the child, the mother is working so much. It's always that I have constant guilt feelings, If I'm too much at home, I'm doing wrong to my work. If I'm too much at work, I'm doing wrong to my home. And if I'm doing all these things, I'm doing something wrong with myself. I don't have time to be me, to be with my friends, to be with the grown-up people I love.
What's the answer, or is there an answer?
The first answer is, or should be my answer, it should be me feeling so much security in who I am that I can do my thing without feeling that just because you or my neighbor or my mother tells me that I'm doing something wrong, that I can feel in myself, no, I'm not doing something wrong. I'm doing what is right for me now at this moment when I'm living on earth. And I'm a woman and I'm a human being today, and where my ability lies, that's where I should do my thing. I must respect myself. I must try as well as I can to get rid of the guilt feelings and feel proud of what I'm doing. I'm doing something in acting, another woman is making a marvelous home, a third is doing a business career. It's good. It's good enough. We can never do everything. We can never be perfect mistresses, mothers, women, human beings. Never all that perfect. But we can be ourselves and not feel guilty about that. And that's a kind of perfect state, too. That's what men have been allowed to do for years, centuries. It's typical of the woman today, especially the successful woman, that she is full of uncertainty inside, because one thing you know when you've had success is that it doesn't give you anything else than really the knowledge of knowing that success is nothing. It doesn't change you, who you are. You have the same anxieties, dreams, longings as you actually had before. You get a kind of security with success. You get a possibility to do what you want to. Maybe you earn money. But those things are not the thing that make us human beings, that makes our inner growth. And I think the anxiety gets bigger when you have success because you expect something wonderful to happen also to your inside. And when it doesn't happen, you get bewildered.
Everything that's in here that you did and you felt, I have in here. Thank you. Hi.
I must say, I enjoyed scenes from Marriage so much. I cried, I laughed. I was so happy when you fought with him.
Poor man.
He was.
Have you read her book?
Yes, I have read it.
What do you think about it?
I must say I was surprised because it gave me a very new picture of that girl, a new dimension, and a dimension I liked very much.
You mean?
Yes, I was an unknown girl in this book, and all those things about her childhood and her growing up and her feelings about Lynn. Of course, I knew all those things, but to read it and to read it that way, because I think she, without being a writer, she found the right words, the more proper.
Well, I've worked with this book for 4 years, and I put a great effort in that the words should try to say precisely what I felt and meant with them. And I had 3 different people translate it, and one of them really rewrote it. And, maybe he or she was better than me, but it wasn't me. So I couldn't use that. And the other 2, they didn't care so much about the valeur of the word, and they didn't try to find different words in different sentences. If they had one word for love, they used love all down the page, whereas love has many words, many meanings. I think this is something we are losing today, the meaning of the word, because we have misused words so very much in our time.
Liv, who are your favorite Norwegian authors?
The woman writer, Sigrid Undset, I played from her most famous book, Kristin Lavransdatter. It's a wonderful portrait of a woman, a very strong, real woman who could only live and exist in Norway.
Why?
Because she's so much part of nature. She's so individual in the way Norwegians are when they are individual. She's so close to the earth. She's so close to her own body, to her children, to the man she loves. She's like an image of the landscape she grew up in. I don't think you can grow up in a country like this without being really inspired by the nature, by the climate, by the different seasons.
A look at Liv. Liv will continue in a moment.
Do you ever get depressed, Liv?
Yeah, sure. Every person I would think gets depressed at times. But I don't think that depression is anything negative as long as it doesn't drag on for days and days and into 2 weeks. I think depression can also be something you call having sad and heavy thoughts and stays with you for a day, and that day is a little difficult. And then it goes over, but maybe those sad and heavy thoughts you had were good for your future life. We can't go around being happy all the time because there's nothing to be happy about all the time.
How long did you plan to be gone?
I've no idea. That will depend.
granted a leave for 6 months, just as I asked. I've still got at least a month's work I'm taking to Paris with me to